Hello everyone. What if I told you that one day you might be able to control a computer without touching a keyboard, without touching a mouse, and without even speaking, just by thinking? Sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But some of the world's biggest technology companies believe this future is closer than most people realize. Right now, scientists are building tiny computer chips designed to connect directly to the human brain. And if successful, this technology could completely change the way humans interact with machines. The idea sounds incredible, but it also raises some fascinating questions. Could a person type using only their thoughts? Could someone control a robotic arm without moving a muscle? Could blind people see again? Could paralysis someday become treatable? And perhaps the biggest question of all, what happens when the human brain becomes connected to computers? Let's find out. For thousands of years, humans have used tools to extend their abilities. We created wheels to travel faster, telescopes to see farther, computers to calculate faster, and smartphones to communicate instantly across the world. Every major invention has expanded what humans can do. But until now, there has always been a barrier: our brains. No matter how advanced technology become, we still had to interact with it through our hands, our eyes, or our voices. Brain-computer interfaces aim to change that. A brain-computer interface, often called a BCI, is a system that creates a direct communication pathway between the brain and a computer. Instead of moving your hand to click a button, the computer reads signal from your brain and interprets your intentions. In simple words, the machine responds to your thoughts. Now, before you imagine mind-reading machines, it's important to understand something. These systems do not read your private thoughts like a movie. They don't know your secrets. They don't know what you are dreaming about. What they do is detect specific patterns of brain activity associated with certain intentions. For example, thinking about moving your hand creates electrical activity inside your brain. A BCI can detect that activity and translate it into a command: move left, move right, select, type, or control a device. The concept has existed for decades. But recent advances in artificial intelligence, miniatured electronics, and neuroscience has accelerated progress dramatically. One company receiving enormous attention is Neuralink, founded by Elon Musk in 2016. Neuralink is developing implantable brain chips designed to communicate directly with computers. The device contains tiny flexible threads thinner than a human hair. These threads are placed into the region of the brain responsible for movement and communication. The goal is to record neural activity with incredible precision. But Neuralink isn't alone. Researchers at universities, medical institutions, and technology companies around the world have been working on similar systems for years. The dream is simple: restore lost abilities. Imagine someone who cannot move because of spinal cord injury. Their brain may still be sending signals, but the connection between the brain and the body has been damaged. A brain-computer interface could potentially bypass the damage. The brain generates the command, the computer interprets it, and the device carries out the action. For people living with paralysis, that could be life-changing. In recent days, researchers have demonstrated patients controlling computer cursors using only their thoughts. Others have typed messages without touching a keyboard. Some have controlled robotic arms. And some experimental systems have even helped people communicate after losing the ability to speak. These breakthroughs may seem small, but for millions of people around the world, they represent hope. And that's only the beginning. Scientists believe future BCIs may help restore vision. Researchers are exploring ways to stimulate vision regions of the brain. If successful, certain forms of blindness could potentially become treatable. Others are investigating whether hearing loss could someday be addressed through advanced neural interfaces. The possibilities are extraordinary, but they only come with challenges. The human brain contains approximately 86 billion neurons. Each neuron communicates through complex electrical signals. Understanding this network is one of the greatest scientific challenges in history. Capturing those signals accurately is difficult. Interpreting them is even harder. And doing it safely for long periods remains a major engineering challenge. Then there are ethical questions. Who owns brain data? How should it be protected? Could brain signals be hacked? Could future systems influence thoughts or behavior? These questions are becoming increasingly important as the technology advances. That is why scientists, engineers, and governments are discussing strict ethical guidelines and safety standards. Because technology this powerful must be developed responsibly. Still, many experts believe brain-computer interfaces could become one of the most important technologies of the 21st century. Not because they make humans superhuman, but because they could restore abilities that illness or injury has taken away. Imagine someone speaking again after years of silence. Imagine someone moving after years of paralysis. Imagine someone interacting with the digital world using only their thoughts. For those people, this isn't science fiction. It's possibility, and every year that possibility moves a little closer to reality. For thousands of years, humans have built machines. Now, for the first time in history, we are building machines that can communicate directly with the human brain. The technology is still young. The challenges are enormous. And nobody knows exactly how far it will go. But one thing is certain. The line between humans and computers is beginning to blur. The real question is not whether this technology will change lives. The real question is, how much will it change what it means to be human? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the future of science and technology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating stories about innovation, discovery, and the world around us. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.